storytellers, it's Joshua H.B. Faulkner, and today is Favorite Film Friday, so we're going to be going through my series of favorite films of all time, 55 through number 46 this time, leading up 10 at a time until I get to my top 15 of all time. Make sure to leave down in comments below some of your favorite films, especially around this 55-46 mark. We're going into my top 50s this video, so let's begin. Number 55, we have Harry Potter and the Order of Phoenix. So this is another Harry Potter movie within this film list that I just highly enjoy the franchise for. And this one specifically is really leading up to the climax of this whole franchise as a whole, really building up and establishing the villains that we were introduced into the past film, really amping up the stakes, getting introduced to Voldemort that just more, and just bringing all our characters to life with Dumbledore's army, figuring out what they're going against. And Umbridge is one of the greatest villains too, that you just love to hate. An absolutely amazing villain of movie history and just book history in general. The adaptation is done so well, enjoying all these characters and Dumbledore's army rise into power, and then getting that first match between Harry versus Voldemort at the end is just absolutely incredible, with all the visual effects and everything for its time. Coming in at number 54, we have V for Vendetta. Now, this is a comic book type of film that's just really incredible with the way they use V, and then also his partner. Just Natalie Portman gives off an amazing performance, and then just the use of the mask, and then the upbringing that it causes with all of the people following, and just that picture and the image in your head of all of those people that are sort of becoming part of the mask army. And I don't remember quite as much details on specifics, but I still remember that picture vividly in my head, and just the relationship he had with Natalie Portman's character, and all that is dealt in with this film, with the politics and everything. It works for its own means just by going about what it's doing with that and the uprising against the government. Coming in with number 53, we have The Father, another film that has an older generation culture that I just highly enjoyed just for what it is. Talked about this in my 2021 favorites. Be sure to check that out up there. And this, again, is an amazing film going about its way of talking about this father and having dementia, just forgetting certain things, and the film style direction with this blended in with the story itself is absolutely amazing. It's something I did not expect to go about, and just the performances are quite well going about what they're doing within this film, and the subject matter is tough, but it's done just as well. That's very informative. And coming in at number 52, we have Artificial Intelligence, the first Steven Spielberg movie on this list. And this one is not looked about or talked about so much within his filmography, but this is a highly enjoyable one for me. Just how they use David, this robot, and feeling how he's special and a one-of-a-kind type of character, being raised in this family and then going off and then finding these other outcasts, and just the messages it brings with outcasts and others, and then the surprise twist at the end regarding David and who he is with others that I'm not going to spoil the plot for, is just absolutely a big surprise, and like just takes a sad toll at the end. But overall, the youngness of this actor and how well he performs that role is really what draws me in, just surprising me with the relationship and the chemistry between all these characters, feeling so believable. That's why I have to put it at 52, and I'd love to see you check it out. Coming in with 51, we have John Wick. Now, this is a film I haven't seen in a couple of years, but it still sticks with me because it's a very simple premise about this man just getting this revenge story. John Wick being such an amazing character, and great for his own means with all his skills and fighting and shooting and just all these different things regarding his relationship with the dog and then his relationship with others and how he seeks to get revenge and just cheering on what's going on and just the brutality of this film for what it is makes it just that much better. And before we get into my top 50, make sure to comment down below. Let me know any predictions of what films land in my top 50 as we're getting into this week by week up until April 22nd, where I will be giving my top 15 movies of all time. By number 50, we have Die Hard. So this is an incredible movie. Just this man that's going on a vacation trying to visit there with this Christmas party. I consider this a Christmas film. And Bruce Willis is absolutely amazing. And in the chemistry, he has such a great, simple character just as a police officer that's sort of undercover. He's not meant to be there, but he's there because of the Christmas party and becomes so much more of a threat to the villains that are just simply trying to steal money for a certain cause. And it becomes so simple but very effective by the way they go about it, and then just having this police officer taking over this within this tower is just incredible. The way they execute everything and just how simple it is but how effective. It ultimately lands in the end with one of the best antagonists and one of the best protagonists, and when they meet at that one point, it's just brought a chill to me that I absolutely love this movie for. Coming in with number 49, we have Mulholland Drive. Now this is the first David Finch movie I watched, and I definitely want to dive into more, see if any others land on my favorites list. It really like crazy the way they go about this film with all the different twists and just not knowing what's going on while still being able to follow and attach to the relationships and the chemistry built within this film. Absolutely incredible, the performances and the way the storytelling is told sort of out of order, but still becomes that more understandable and compelling, being able to see what is really going on with this film and getting those different shock factors throughout the film with all the acting and other things involved with this story. Coming in with number 48, we have a horror film. We have Scream, an absolutely captivating film that's just meta and it breaks the boundary of being self-aware and for its own means. It's the best self-aware film of its franchise, especially that hasn't been able to be matched with the sequels, and just compelling with the narrative, how they're making fun of its own genre and other horror movies and the tropes that are involved with horror. Just Sidney Prescott being an absolute great character, and then all the others involved, Dewey and Gale. Amazing cast and amazing performances all around, bringing such an iconic movie for its time that I just can't see being matched or retold in the same way it has been. And coming in with number 47, we have Lalo, and now this is a musical that is absolutely compelling. The narrative is so strong and captivating. These two lovers, Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling, bringing off absolutely amazing performances, and Damien Chazelle as the director is absolutely incredible, perfect for the way he uses his camera movements, the way he tells this story to such a certain degree that you just don't expect for this type of genre. All the musical numbers are really captivating from the very beginning, and just the way that it goes an untraditional route with this musical and this love story brings it to be something that's very noticeable and sticks out to me and became even better upon the second time watching. Coming in with number 46, the final film on this list, is Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring. And yes, I'm separating these movies out because they're good for their own means, but there's levels where some may be better or worse than others. So Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring is just incredible, the way they introduce everything, the world building, the characters, the way they go about this film. And I recently reviewed this book and read this book, and it's absolutely amazing. And they cut out Tom Bombadil from the book, but it still works for what it's meaning to, just a narrative that works exactly as it should be. Just the characters and all their performances, this is great. These were actors not well known, and just become well known because of how well it just fits and just blends into these roles all together. And that just the CGI is not too terrible for its time, but the makeup artists are absolutely amazing. What they did with all the orcs, all these other things, making this film work, sucking you into this world from the very beginning, absolutely loving the adventure and atmosphere that doesn't feel like it was filmed at Earth at all. And that's going to conclude this favorite films ranking of all time, top 75, number 55 through 46. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss on my upcoming rankings. Next week will be number 45 through 36, leading up to my top 15 of all time. So make sure to subscribe, turn on that notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.